Sup, Nesquik farmers? Today we're gonna be talking about 5 zombie maps to play now to become a god at Black Ops 4 Zombies. Today we're talking about maps that will unnoob the shit out of you. This will cure your noobism, and by the end of this video you can go finesse and dick on Bob for sure, because we're talking about a list of 5 maps plus a bonus list that I will get into it in just a little bit, and this one will leave you with a nibba that got tactics, you know what I mean? And at our number 5 spot, before we get on to the number 5 spot, I want to say, if you want to go to heaven, if you love your mama, make sure to like and subscribe. But at our number 5 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Nuketown. Now, Nuketown is a very easy map and a very ridiculously hard map at the same time. What I mean by this is that it is super easy to get every type of player on board, but once they start playing, they will realize that this is hard as a mother trucker. So they need to have that real ass strategy. Not only that, there is a 2-hit system on this map, and on top of all, we got perks on this map that will spawn at random ass time. For example, Juggernaut can sometimes spawn on round 5, sometimes it spawns on round 10, other times it spawns on round 20. And if you're someone that can start playing this map from round 0 and get all the way up to 20 without Juggernaut, well shit son, you are definitely gonna be a demigod at Black Ops 4 Zombies. Obviously you need to be good at other maps that I will show you in just a little bit. And also, one cool thing about Black Ops 2 is that you can either start from round 0, 5, 10 or 15 or even 20. So you can definitely get into the map, start from round 20 and try out your skills. And this one is really hard. I feel like Nuketown is definitely one of the most underrated map out there in the Call of Duty Zombies, and I wish that it somehow gets a remake in Black Ops 4 Zombies where we got the lab underneath the map and shit like that. Just drop a 1 for me in the comments below if you agree, and if you don't agree, drop a 1, because that will kind of clickbait me in thinking that you actually agree. But at our number 4 spot, we're talking about Town. Not Nuketown, but Town. Once again, this is another map on Black Ops 2, and I'm not talking about Transit here. I know there are a lot of haters. I'm saying dab on them haters, but I personally like Transit. But in this case, we're only gonna be talking about Town because that's just a small ass map. It's a survival map, very similar to Nuketown, but however, on this map you need to be constantly bunny hopping because you got a lot of fire. This is also Bob's favorite map. He's always like, yo, I got a
little sugar in me and I start to go cuckoo.
But you know what I mean, right? Town is definitely that map that requires a lot of skills, but not a lot of skills at the same time. This one has a perfect balance because when you start playing, you will find out that you need to be constantly bunny hopping, and zombies got a 2-hit system, or whenever they slap you twice you will go down. Juggernaut is very nearby, Mystery Box is very nearby, so you can constantly try out different weapons. You can even play with something like the SMR, you can also play with something like the War Machine, or even the RPD, which is definitely really sick. I wish that was in Black Ops 4. Maybe it's gonna be in Black Ops 4 Zombies, who knows, because Black Ops 4 Zombies is gonna be different from the multiplayer and Blackout, which I'm pretty stoked for, I'm not gonna lie. And hey, if we're talking about Town, well, you can always start from round 20 and shit like that and try out your skills, similar to how you can play Nuketown from round 20 in Black Ops 2, and that is pretty dope. But at our number 3 spot, we're talking about the Giant. Now you guys will be like, hold on for a second, the Giant really Skizzle? Well, hear me out. Black Ops 4 Zombies is definitely gonna resemble Black Ops 3 Zombies. It's gonna be different for sure, it's gonna have more stuff, but it's gonna be pretty close to Black Ops 3 in a lot of different manners. For example, the Giant is that map that was remastered, brought into Black Ops 3 from World at War, and even Black Ops 1, you know what I mean, right? It was also in the Resurrection map pack for Black Ops 1, and obviously they remastered the shit out of it, and then they remade the shit out of it, because the Giant is kind of like a reskin map, and on top, you start with the Richtofen or the Premise crew, right? And hey, the more you know, we also got Mob of the Dead playing on this map, and I also made a video recently where I was talking about Blood of the Dead story, information, and shit like that, and this map is gonna be tied together with Blood of the Dead, and that will be in Black Ops 4. And when we're talking the Giant, I don't wanna say catwalk, because if you do the catwalk strategy, well, this map or this strategy wouldn't really unnoob your noobism. You want to say no to that mother trucker. You don't want to ever do the catwalk strategy, because obviously what's the point? You're gonna be catwalking, you're gonna be camping, and that way you won't get better at playing zombies. And the giant got plenty of training routes you can take. You got plenty of strategies. You can either train in the spawn room with the Shiva and the RK5 and you can go gangbang them, or you can also stay in the middle close to the teleporter but not super close to it. You can be in the middle where the power is with the Wunderwaffe and the KN-44, or you can train inside this area with the KN-44 and the Wunderwaffe, or whatever floats your boat. And this one is definitely one on the list, and I would say the giant is definitely one of the most underrated map out there. But considering it got remastered a bunch of times and they told us that this is one of the most fan favorite map, well, think not. But at the same time, right now it is pretty effing underrated. But at our number 2 spot, we're talking about Origins. Now, where do I begin with Origins? Origins is a masterpiece. It's one of the best map out there. I would say behind Mob of the Dead, but you know what I mean, right? Origins is pretty cool. The Easter egg, the lore, everything is pretty amazing. And on top, this is a real hard map. I never gotten past round 29 on this map, and I know I'm making this video. I will be playing this map. I will try hard and I will gangbang the shit out of it. I will get to round 50 or even 100 before Black Ops 4 comes out. Let's be real, I don't want to get to round 100 because it gets super boring, but round 50 for sure. And Origins is that map that was pretty easy in Black Ops 2 when you actually compare it with something like Origins Remastered that we got with Zombie Chronicles DLC 5 in Black Ops 3. But if you got Black Ops 3, I would consider you playing this map on Black Ops 3 because zombies aren't that retarded on Black Ops 3. Because even if you got the 2-hit system on Black Ops 2, well, it still kind of feel easy. But in Black Ops 3, it's gonna be a 3-hit system and zombies are always on that sugar, you know what I mean, right? And they always hit you super fast. And hey, absolutely, if you can do the Easter egg, that is even better. I feel like I've never done the solo Easter egg in my life. I've done it once with but that was co-op, right? But if you can do a solo Easter egg and survive to, let's say, round 50 or how long you can go for, that's gonna be brilliant. Go do all the steps and then go ahead, build all the steps and upgrade them and shit like that. Do the Easter egg, gangbang it, and this one is definitely gonna improve your skills, and you're gonna find out very soon that you're gonna actually be really good at Black Ops 4 Zombies when that game comes around. But before we get onto that number 1 spot, I quickly want to do an honorable mention, and for this one, I'm talking about playing custom maps. If you can play custom maps on World at War, if you can play on Black Ops 3, Black Ops 3 is pretty easy to get on PC, or I mean, if you have it on the PC, it's pretty easy to get those custom maps on Black Ops 3. And I gotta be real, I'm someone who stopped playing those custom maps because they does not intrigue me or excite me in any way, shape, or form. I do love a couple of maps, for example, the McDonald custom map. There are a bunch of other maps made by Mad Gas for sure, like Fabric der Untoten, his other maps like Bunker 10 and shit like that. Those are pretty effing cool, not gonna lie. And there are other maps like Sky Resort, I believe. There are a bunch of really cool maps, but I'm sitting here, I really do not enjoy those custom maps anymore. But hey, if you want to be that nibba with tactics, you want to dunk on Bob, you want to dick on Bob, you want to finesse him big time, well, you gotta be playing custom maps because every map will feel different and they won't fall under that Treyarch strategic maps, you know what I mean? Because Treyarch always gives you wonder weapons, they always gives you the hard shit, the good shit, the soft shit, the good training spots where you can go ahead, train, and you will always have the one training spot in Treyarch Zombies. But most of the time in these custom maps, you will figure out that there aren't any really solid training spot. Obviously, if the maps are made by some professional, well, you will find out there are good training spot, but 9 out of 10 times you'll find out that these custom maps definitely break the norm. They have different layouts compared to Treyarch Zombies. But at our number 1 spot, we're talking about Mob of the Dead. Absolutely, there is no reason whatsoever for me to not include this at our number 1 spot. Number 1 is probably the best map out there, let's be real. Number 2, we're gonna have Blood of the Dead, which is gonna be a remake of Mob of the Dead, and that will be in Black Ops 4 Zombies. So if you're familiar with Mob of the Dead, if you're good at it, well, right from the get-go, you're gonna be someone pretty decent at Blood of the Dead, because you gotta keep in mind that this one is gonna introduce new weapons, new story, and new areas. They said that this one is gonna be 35% bigger than Mob of the Dead, so if you're good at Mob, well, you're automatically gonna be good at this map. And also, Mob of the Dead was on Black Ops 2, meaning that you had 2-hit system, and this map is pretty hard. A lot of people underestimate how hard this map can actually get. Obviously, whenever you start this map from zero, it wouldn't be that hard in the beginning. I would say the first 5 rounds or first 10 rounds even aren't really hard, but as soon as you go down once after having that Juggernaut, you will start to see that you will have less and less points. You will go down shitloads of times, and man, the distance from like Electric Cherry to Juggernaut is quite a lot, considering if you don't take the Gondola and shit like that, because obviously if you take the Gondola in your first round or on round 2 or 3, you will come to find out that will be sitting duck at the bottom, and you gotta run up and then you gotta go down, and it's gonna take a lot of time. I gotta be real, Mob of the Dead is a masterpiece of a map. It definitely breaks that norm. It definitely got good training spots, it got bad training spots, it got good training spots on the bridge, but that good training spot isn't really that good, considering that Brutus will be on your ass, and not one but million different Brutuses. And I gotta be real, if you don't play these maps, definitely play all of them and you will become a god at Black Ops 4 Zombies. But hey, if you haven't seen any of these videos on the screen, check them out, subscribe if you're new, leave a like, let me know in the comments below which of the map you are going to play first in Black Ops 4, Voyage of Despair, 9, Blood of the Dead, or Classified. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.